Hello everybody. Welcome to the webinar on the third open call for the STARHAUS project. This open call is called Business for Community. It is the third open call from this project. Today we have the webinar to clarify what the project is all about, what the open call is asking from you, and all of the process to apply to it. So first of all, we'll have our project coordinator present the STARHAUS project, so you really understand what we've been working on and how we want you to collaborate with us. And then I will present you the four use cases of our project. So the four products that we are focusing on. We'll have Thomas present fertilizers, Jared present beverages, Alex will present pet food, and Julia will present breakfast cereals. And then I will explain all about this third open call and how we expect your collaboration to fit into our project, how you can apply, who is eligible, all of your questions. And then we'll have a final section for anyone who has more specific questions that we haven't addressed. This session will also be recorded. So if you haven't had a chance to join us today, you can find this video on our website and check it anytime if you still have questions. During this session, there is a Q&A tab, so if you have any questions, you can write them there, and then at the end, we'll address all of them. So now I invite Chandana to present the STARHAUS project. Chandana, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Madalena. Thanks. Hello to all. Madalena, one thing, I cannot see the slides. I don't know whether it is only for me or I only see the, oh, yeah, now it is coming. Yes, now it is visible. Thank you. So as Madalena introduced, my name is Chandana Ratnayak. I'm the main coordinator contact in this project, STARHAUS. I'm representing SINTEF here, the main coordinator organization. SINTEF is a research organization located in Norway. So we have been working with many topics, of course, covering many areas. So this is one of our quite interesting projects. So we have been enjoying working with this multidisciplinary consortium under this STARHAUS project. So just saying a few words about the project overall. The project is funded by European Commission under this Horizon Europe program. So you can see the title, topic, and so on. The topic under this localized urban manufacturing supporting creativity and the new European Bauhaus concept. And this is RIA action, research and innovation action, where the research quantity should be quite high. They consider it highly important in this side. And also you can see the total budget close to 2.5 million over 3 years of project period. So here we have a quite competent and a very interesting partnership through 7 different EU countries, 13 partners. So you can see here the list of partners. I'm not going into detail one by one, but you may find quite known names here. So here we are gathering like a sort of different experts in different areas, like we have ICT experts, we have social scientists, we have the simulation expertise, digital twinning expertise, mechanical designers, formulators, and so on. So, and also you can see some business developers. All together, what we are trying is to make this project further on. And also we have 2 municipalities, one from Portugal, one from Romania, as sort of demonstration sites for the project outcome. If you go to the next slide, please, Madalena. Yeah. So before we go into STARHAUS objectives and impact and so on, I would like to say a few words about how we get into STARHAUS, the path to STARHAUS. Of course, this is a sort of second version or follow-up project of one early project funded also under European Commission under this H2020 program. The title is DIY for You. What we were trying during that project is to develop necessary digital and hardware infrastructure to enable the personalized and customized FMCG products. Because we recognize this as a quite high importance in not only EU but also global level, creating business, creating job opportunities, making consumer mindset, addressing their special needs and so on. During the DIY for You project, what we came up, the main two outcomes as you can see in the slide. There were twofold outcome. One is the software part, where we put together all sort of new digital technologies like machine learning, AI technologies in order to get the optimal recipes and so on, and also to communicate with the user to get their input through some interactive questionnaire and so on. So the software and also the other side is the hardware, which is a sort of modular based, digitally fully digitally enabled, fully automated small scale manufacturing unit, where we have different unit operations like mixing, dosing, such things, where we can produce the FMCG products. So altogether, what we were trying, what we came up with is that the software, the customer user can go to the software and give his or her priorities, the preferences, needs, and so on. Then the software will select the best formula, and that formula together with the process information will transfer to the hardware where this customized product will make. So if you go to the next one, Madalena, so during the project, we came up with two MDF, two fab labs, two manufacturing demonstration units integrated with digital tool, one producing powder detergent, one producing liquid detergent. So the project was successfully reviewed in June 2023, and we were very happy that the project was selected as one of the success stories by European Commission and noteworthy project under these Factories of the Future. So that makes us a sort of promotion to get into the next level. So that is how during the project also we recognize different business models, as you can see here. One side is the B2C, like business to consumer model, addressing consumers' needs like allergy, dietary, and so on, and also consumer preferences if there is any color or fragrance or ingredients and so on. So we saw that this model would address the food sector, pharmaceutical sector, detergent, cosmetic, paint, and so on. On the other hand, we have this other business model, business to business, some sort of addressing the business need, especially industrial R&D, research and innovation activities under chemical, metallurgical, high performance battery materials, battery fuel cells, and so on, where we can do some sort of rapid prototyping, testing new formula, and so on. So these are the two business models that we recognized during the DIY for You project. So if you go to the next slide, please, then beyond DIY for You, we during the project, as said, we recognize that we need to engage communities, human part to the DIY for You concept, and also we need to develop a bit more hardware units. We would like to develop more software flexibility, enhancing flexibility, inclusiveness of other features, and so on. That is how we get into STARHAUS. That is what we are going to do in this project, enhancing the existing capabilities of hardware unit, software unit, engaging social scientists and so on. So you can see here a few objectives. Overall, our attempt is to facilitate widespread community adoption of sustainable customized FMCG through human-centric approach for decentralized, localized urban manufacturing. You have the keywords here. We try to address the local suppliers, urban manufacturing, decentralizing the production process, getting sustainable, customized FMCG products. Without going into all objectives, we are getting into support the decentralized manufacturing vision, promoting collaborative models, different domain experts, stimulating regenerative manufacturing space, especially the new European Bauhaus concept has been recognized as one of the best to get engage different communities in this sort of scientific advancement. So we are trying to get that concept into another dimension here. So we will also design and test new concept on human-centric approach, especially customized production and so on. And also in the last line, you can see that we also, one of the objectives is to provide financial support to third parties, especially non-consortium members, domain experts, and so on. That is what we are going to do under this webinar, inviting non-consortium third parties to engage with the project activities with their relevant expert areas. So our consortium members will present you what we are aiming here. We are very much like to have your applications and your engagement here. So the project will address the 4 use cases here, as you can see here in the slide. Fertilizer, pet food, beverages, and cereal. Our consortium members will say more words on that. Overall, our aim is to form some sort of foundation for consumer mindset, shift of consumer mindset towards circularity, green transition, sustainable production, and sustainable consumption. So that is why we came up with this hashtag innovation in food. All these 4 use cases are connected to food industry. So that is our aim here. So a bit about expected result. Without going into detail, we will make some new hardware modules for our existing MDF and also software applications, core design use case, methodologies, and also we aim to publish articles, give some policy recommendations to the policymakers at the end of the project, during the project as well. So if you go to the next slide, Madalena, please, this is the some target groups in a way, technology developers and providers, local producers. Of course, we you will hear that we are also inviting artists and creatives engaging with us in another open call. Also policymakers, FMCG related industry, public, and so on. So we also targeting different cities, especially dissemination and co-design activities. Local SMEs and also citizens of this 100 cities under this EU 100 climate neutral smart city program 2023. Yes, if you go to the next one, yes, this is how we introduce the overall impact of STARHAUS project. We found that this is a 4-fold impact: societal, economical, scientific, and environmental impact. So as you can see here, what we are trying is to address this the social needs like improved stakeholder alignment, increased sustainable practices, engagement in sustainability, awareness of circular design, and so on. Economical side, we will get this effectiveness, efficiency, implemented of scalability, enhancing EU competitiveness, creating jobs, and enhancing economical benefits as well. So through this scientific impact, we will make, you will hear from our partners soon. We are trying to make new hardware units, hardware modules for an existing MDF. So that is considered as scientific impact on of the project. Of course, environmental impact, improved environmental sustainability, social equity, so on and so forth. I think that is it shortly for the project overview. Madalena, you can continue further. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Chandana. Thank you for this quick introduction to the STARHAUS project. Now we'll have dig a bit deeper into the 4 use cases of the STARHAUS project, the ones that Chandana already introduced, and the ones that we are asking you to work on in this open call as well. And so to present the first one, fertilizers, I invite Thomas to join us.
Elena. Hi everyone. I will explain a little bit about one of the main use cases, which is fertilizers. So, as some may know, fertilizer are used all around the world to boost growing of plants for in diverse use, but mainly for food industry, of course. Objective of the use case in the STARHAUS project is to understand better the value chain of the fertilizer, how it works, or is it going, what are the negative points, the positive points, and identify where to implement the do-it-for-yourself technology, so the one we develop in the STARHAUS project. Next slide, please, Madalena. So fertilizer could be divided in 2 categories. You have the organic fertilizers and the chemical fertilizers. For organic fertilizer, you can take whatever you want, which is organic, so coming from plants, animals. And for chemical fertilizers, mainly product coming from mines. For this market, you have different kinds of end users. First one is farmers. So you have big amounts which are required there, and generally speaking, organic or chemical fertilizer producer are making direct sales to the farmers. So it comes by trucks, complete trucks to the farmers. One other point of the use of the fertilizers, one other point of the market is farmer tailor-made distribution. Then you have a second step in the distribution. So that means that organic fertilizer or chemical fertilizer producer gives some product to the tailor-made distributor, and then they adjust the composition in regard to the earth's characterization or earth's composition. And then you have finally the final market that everyone could know, which is civilian or gardener, and which represent less percentage in terms of sales for the chemical fertilizer or organic fertilizer distributor. So when we go through the use case, we see directly that going to the main market, you have a huge amount of fertilizer used, and we were wondering if such a machine could fit to the needs. So there we identify that it could be maybe possible to use in the research and development process to formulate especially, but this is a special needs because research and development are developing more chemical aspect than formulation directly. One other aspect where we see that the technology could be used in the STARHAUS project is the farmers tailor-made, because the legislation is changing actually. But that means for this opportunity that the machine could analyze directly what is going out from the formulation to specify what are the elements in the composition, which is not where a distributor cannot do actually, because they mix in a big bin and they don't characterize everything. So if the machine could do this characterization, it will fit the regulation law. So that was what we have seen during the analysis of this use case. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Thomas. So this use case, fertilizers, the method for producing this can be replicated to another good that we've been studying, and that's beverages. So now Jared will tell you all about it. Jared, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to turn it off. Well, I will tell you more about another use case, which is beverages. Beverages are something that is all around us all the time. And it's actually a quite simple product. It's mainly water, and it's then it's some syrup or some taste, and then it can also add some vitamins or nutritions. But and then usually it's also added some CO2 in order to make it sparkling. But in general, it's a product that is produced in large factories and then distributed over large areas. And basically, what is distributed is about 90% water, and that is one problem with it. Another thing is, like, in these big productions, what they tend to do would be to have like they produce one kind and they produce it all over the same. So what you have available is like some predefined recipes. And for the MDF or for this project, we can basically make a product that is, or a machine that can make a custom-made beverages especially for you. So if you go to the next slide. So here we can just see that nowadays the variety of product is much larger now than it used to be about 10-15 years ago, and that tells us that there's actually a need or a demand for customized product. People would like to have this beverages or the drink that is actually reflecting them, or they have a special taste for it. And we can also see all the time that these soda companies, they're coming up with limited editions beverages brands or tastes, which can is directed towards a specific season, for instance, or a specific kind of a customer. So, for instance, if you would like to have a Coke with cinnamon, then they make it. But then it's also only lasts for a small season, and usually at least. And that also tells us that people are interested in tasting new things in order to sort of to find things that is a little better than what they are used to. So this is one part of it. So so the project or the result of this project can basically be a high-end, very cool, customizable soda fountain that can make this exact soda that you would like to have. And not only with taste, it can also like be the carbonation level, like how much sparkling would you want. You can also add some different nutrition, so you can make it to a sports drink or make it more refreshing or quickening. Also for like a sports drink or an energy drink. So that is one possible usage of the system. Another system or another use you can imagine would be to, when you're going to develop these recipes, what you do basically is that they, in a factory, they have to sort of to think about a recipe, and they usually make it handmade. So they maybe make 100 bottles with a specific recipe, and then they test it on consumers. And these bottles, they are handmade, so they are hand brewed and hand carbonized and hand capped, and that is a quite time-consuming effort. So also, if you are thinking about the business-to-business market, it will also be possible to make this machine able to make final bottles which is produced according to a predefined recipe. And there can also be a slight change in the recipes. So you can say you want to have 10, 20, 50 bottles where everyone is a little different. So there can be a variation of the carbonation level, for instance, to see how that affects the taste and also how it affects how the customer receives it. And this will be a good opportunity in order to reduce the time and effort for factories to make this rapid prototyping, which is basically will be. Here I just also thought we should also bring in that in a world where we're having this customizable beverages produced are all around. So there will be machines at shopping malls, at the streets, at the train stations, where you can have and taste different things. But I mean, normally not everyone knows about like I would like to have this and this taste together. But then you can also think of like a website where people can make and test recipes, and they can make it available and even profit from it. So because I mean they can maybe have a slight cut of the revenue based on the recipes that people are using or the products people are using their recipes for. And then you can imagine like here it's a web page where people can upload these CAD files for 3D printing. I mean 3D printing, and you can imagine the same thing for recipes for beverages. And this is like can create a whole community around the beverages where the machine that makes the customizable beverages is the central point. And that is how you can envision the beverages market changed due to the need of customizable products. Thank you.
Thank you, Yadet. Now to present you the other main use case from STARHAUS, which is pet food. Alex will take this one.
Hello, everybody. This is Alex from Waze Research. I think you can hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm replacing Irvin from Dervis into this presentation about the pet food. Now, before starting to dig deeper, I just wanted to let you know a few facts about pet food that were described in a market study conducted by Dervis. In Europe, on average, almost 30% of our homes have at least one pet. So most of them are cats or dogs, and then other people prefer various types of pets. Now, with this growing demand of owning a pet that can have multiple advantages for people, there's also the growing demand for high quality pet food. In the traditional environment, everybody, so all pet owners are buying pet food in bags from supermarkets. But there's also a lot of cases when pet owners are buying a certain type of food and their pets don't like it or they refuse to eat it, and that kind of food is then thrown away, so it ends up at food waste. Now, having this in mind, our use case about pet food, it's focusing on being able to build or customize your own pet food recipes. This is one of the main use cases of STARHAUS because it allows the production process of pet food. It is very dynamic and it's perfectly mapped to our hardware and software technologies. So even though we have a predefined process that can produce such variations of customized pet food, the error or the problems that may arise into mixing various recipes are not that huge. So in terms of segmentation, the pet food have a large variety of segments like chunks, granules, raw grains, or powders. And on top of that, we can add oils, all kind of liquids, pills for treatments, so on and so forth. So let me give you some examples so you would understand. So we can have all sorts of chunks or granules that could be various sizes, and they could represent pieces of meat from fish, pork, chicken, or beef. And then we can have a mix with raw grains that can be corn or rice or seeds. We can add all sorts of flavors, add proteins, calcium, or all sorts of oils, again for flavors or fats. And this is also recommended because the treatment of our pets require certain attention, and most of the times the treatment it's customized. We can include or add on top of the normal pet food, customized pet food production, we can add pills like probiotics or calcium or anti-inflammatory or all sorts of minerals that are very important for certain breeds. Now, having in mind the operations that are needed for such a customized production, they are also mapping perfectly on our use cases. Here I want to remind heating, cooling, spraying, drying, premixing, sprinkling, weighting, so on and so forth. So I would like to talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses of this use case. So yes, we can make a large variety of recipes, and there's a growing demand for a high quality pet food. But we also have some problems because customized pet food will end up always as being more expensive compared to the traditional bagged food, which is usually bagged in big bags, so it's a lot cheaper. And also that there's a competition from this traditional pet food, and we have to spend more time to educate, to explain, and to train the pet owners into picking what's best for their pets. But having in mind the strengths and the weaknesses, we strongly believe that towards the end of the project, we will have great results with the pet food use case. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. And now the final use case of STARHAUS is breakfast cereals. And once again, it is the replication use case. Now Julia will present it. The floor is yours, Julia.
Thank you. So let's start with saying that some of the technical issues found in pet food are also the ones in breakfast cereals. There are ingredients that have different sizes, textures, and humidity, like, for example, granola and dried fruits. Can we slide? Let's delve into some of the strengths of customized breakfast cereals. First of all, the machine can create personalized cereals to fit different dietary needs, which are appealing to, especially to people who want healthier choices. This is especially relevant for many breakfast cereals, as they are being known for being high in sugar, having poor nutritional value. So making healthier alternatives is a very strong selling point. The ability of the machine to handle different ingredients can make a range of breakfast, let's say, because there's not only cereals, but there's also granola, muesli. We can mix fruit and dried fruit, nuts. So meeting various preferences that can appeal to a broader range of users. If we think about using reusable packaging or bringing our own packaging, we could improve how the ingredients and the products are processed and packaged. So the machine could actually help reduce energy use and waste, supporting eco-friendly practices and a circular economy, and simplifying also the supply chain as well. Weakness? Can we slide? Okay. Some of the weaknesses that the breakfast cereals pose for the use case. It's, for example, an unclear target audience, because it's not clear who the main users of the machine could be. Of course, users are the one eating the cereals, but how to target and what industry, where to place the machine, it might be difficult to actually find the target audience. The idea of using different packaging or, as we said, reusable packaging is promising, but there is no concrete data yet on how much energy or waste we could actually save with the machine. So it's still unproven, of course. About the cost and value perception, this custom cereals might feel like a luxury product, of course, and convincing people of the long-term benefits could be a challenge. So the perception of the value should be clear and should not just be a marketing strategy to sell a luxury product, but should comprehend different aspects. Some of the opportunities that the machine and the project are offering is that people actually want healthy and sustainable choices. This is pretty relevant nowadays. And with many consumers avoiding sugary cereals, the machine has really a chance to target a market that's growing, and especially for nutrition and eco-friendly foods, like to actually have a balance between what it's healthy and what it's healthier for the planet. So eco-friendly as well is something that's really look for from the customers. So what the machine does is actually stand out in the market through innovation, and by offering a unique customizable cereals, can actually make some place in something that otherwise could be it is a very crowded market. Let's see, market development. Some of the threats that I think should be looked for are that while it's very innovative, the market, especially the food market, it's really full at the moment, and established cereal brands really dominate the shelves. So it might be difficult to break into the market, and it might take time to actually build trust and awareness for a new kind of product like this. The supply chain as well, it's very tricky because keeping all the different ingredients stocked and ready for production might complicate the process. And of course, the high initial investment, which is a problem, of course, in every kind of innovation. The machine might be too expensive for smaller business, so we might want to target larger industries first and then highlight the long-term value or offer maybe payment plans to overcome this. But this is it for the breakfast cereal.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you, everyone. So now that we've told you a bit more about the STARHAUS project and each of the 4 use cases, and I think now it's much clearer what we are working on, I will tell you about what we designed for this open call and how we want you to come in. So this is the 3rd open call. The first one is already, we've already selected the awardees and the projects are already ongoing. And the second one is ongoing at the same time. So you can also check it on our website. And this one is focusing on defining viable business models for the STARHAUS technologies. So now I will tell you about how to apply, the eligibility criteria, the evaluation process, and all of this information you can find in all of its detail in our website. And these are the 2 most important documents, so the guideline for applicants and the call for proposals. This is where you can find all of the information on this open call. So basically, this in this open call, we're looking to select at least 2 proposals, two projects, and we can award you up to 50,000 euros. So we have a total of 100,000 euros to distribute. And you should apply until the 27th of January at 5 p.m. And your project is expected to last between 6 to 10 months. So that's the time frame that you should aim for. After the submissions are closed, we will analyze all of the applications that we received, and we expect to share with you the results in the beginning of March, so that then we can start preparing everything so that the projects can have their start in the end of March. So with this open call, the main objective is to brainstorm strategies that effectively present STARHAUS technologies and results to the communities of consumers. So basically, in the activities that we're looking for in this open call, they can be related to a business model and a market integration, so that the idea is to develop a business model for STARHAUS, which covers market entry, distribution, pricing, and a scalable commercialization roadmap. So here, as we've shared with you previously, the STARHAUS project, one of its objectives now, coming from the DYI for you previous project. Now it's when we're really starting to think and to imagine the commercialization strategy, and we would want your input as well. So then another activity is to create visual tools that effectively communicate the environmental and social benefits of the STARHAUS technologies. And we've already shared a bit with you what these benefits are. Finally, we would like you to collect community feedback and to conduct a techno-economic analysis to identify expansion opportunities and how we can adapt STARHAUS to local needs. So at the end of this open call, what we're expecting from selected experiments is to provide these 2 outcomes. So first of all, a tool to present STARHAUS as a market-ready solution. And this tool, we're giving you some freedom on what this tool can be. It could be an event where you present the STARHAUS to the community. It could be an infographic, a flyer. It could be a marketing pitch to sell the STARHAUS technologies to to present to present STARHAUS to the market, or similar methods. And then we're looking to, we would require a technical report on the commercialization strategy, which would include a roadmap outlining the next steps and the strategies for market adoption. So this is the more serious part. Regarding eligible entities, so who is eligible to apply for this open call? We will select at least 2 SMEs in this open call. And by SMEs, these SMEs can be creative agencies, artists, technology companies, innovation agencies. These are all eligible. To be eligible, so the criteria that you must meet is that your entity should be registered in an EU member state or a Horizon Europe associated country, and you can find the full list of countries on our website. Your application must be made by an organization that is an SME. So as I said, all of the previous entities that I described are considered SMEs. If you're not an SME, then you will not be eligible. Applications must be submitted in English. We cannot accept applications in any other language. And the duration of your project should be limited to a maximum of 10 months and a minimum of 6. So this is the time frame that I previously mentioned, and your project, your proposal should fit into this timeline. If your proposed project is outside of these limits, it will not be eligible. And then, of course, entities from our consortium, from the STARHAUS consortium, are not eligible. And your application must be submitted by the deadline. If it is submitted later on, it will not be admitted. So now, how can you apply? Submissions must be done exclusively through the EU survey, which is available on our website. Here you have the link as well. We cannot accept applications via email, only via this submission form. So there you should apply. You should answer all of the mandatory questions in English, or again, you should submit the technical annex and the budget template. I will tell you more about each of them, what is expected in each of these documents later on. So you should submit these 2 documents, upload them on the form. There is a specific area there. I will also show you. You should accept the terms and conditions, and you should do all of this before the deadline, which is, once again, the 27th of January at 5 p.m. Central European time. So this is a snapshot from our website. So this is what you can find when you find the page on the 3rd open call on our website. You have some of the information about it, and then you have these 2 little boxes here. One where you can find the relevant documents, and this is where you can find the templates for the technical annex and budget templates. They're also available on the form. And this red button is where you can find the online submission form. So I will just quickly go through the submission form. First of all, you have to select whether you are applying as an individual application, if it's just your entity which is applying, or if you're applying as a consortium of more entities, and if so, how many. And then you must select which of the use cases, the 4 that we just presented here today, which one your proposal addresses. So you can apply to one of the use cases or to all of them. It depends on how you design your project. Then you just need to fill in your project details, title, then these 2 documents that I will explain, the technical annex and the budget proposal, and your entity details like the name, VAT number, and so on. The formal declarations, you must accept and read them carefully. And now regarding the technical annex, this is the document that you should fill in, and this is where you'll introduce your project's objectives and activities. So once again, we ask you to identify the use cases that you will address, have your title and abstract, and the methodology where you can describe the activities that you're proposing, why it is an innovative approach. This is something that you should reinstate there. And then the competencies and resources that you bring to fulfill this project. And finally, the social and environmental impact. This is an optional field, but it will be used to resolve ties during the selection of applications. So we highly recommend that you fill this in as well. Then regarding the budget template, this is the model that you should fill in. It is fairly simple. And I once again remind you that we can only award 50,000 euros per entity. So that is the maximum amount that you should select in this budget. We will then evaluate all of the proposals once the deadline is finished. We will first of all conduct an eligibility check and make sure that your application fulfills the eligibility criteria. And then we will individually evaluate all of the eligible applications. Not us. There will be an evaluation jury, which is composed of 2 internal evaluators, so 2 evaluators from organizations of the STARHAUS consortium and the advisory board of the STARHAUS project. And this jury will evaluate the applications and then have a consensus meeting where all decisions should be made by consensus, or if not possible, by a majority vote. So then it will produce a ranking list of the applications that we receive. And from there we can contact the projects that were selected and inform them of the results. All proposals will receive an acceptance or rejection letter with the consensus evaluation report. So how do we evaluate your proposals? First, so there's 4 evaluation criteria, and each evaluation criteria will receive a score. So the 4 evaluation criteria that we have here is the degree of innovation, the soundness of the technical approach, creative and business capacities, and a cost benefit. So particularly on this last one, we will assess whether the budget that you propose is in line with the activities that are being proposed as well. So each of these evaluation criteria will receive a score from 0 to 5, from not relevant to excellent. And the final score will be the weighted average of the scores in each of the evaluation criteria. If we have any ties, then to resolve them, we will apply the following criteria following this order. So first of all, we will see which one has the highest degree of innovation score. Then we will assess the creative and business capacity score. And then we will resort to the social and environmental impact assessment, which is the optional field in the technical annex that I previously mentioned. So this will be used here to resolve some ties that are still persisting. And finally, we will look for the date of submission, so earlier submissions get an advantage as well. So the timeline for this open call, we have opened it on the 27th of November, and it will be open until the 27th of January. Once again, it's closing at 5 p.m. Central European Time. And then we will have a month to evaluate the applications. and we expect to inform you in the beginning of March. Then we will prepare everything for the projects to start, and they're expected then to start in the late March, and lasting until end of September, or a bit longer, depending on the duration of the project that you propose. So this is the main information about this open call. Further queries can be sent to us via email. starhaus.opencall@innova.business is the email that you should aim all your questions. And we will be replying to them until a week before the submission. So that's when we can assure that you will get a reply from us. So please direct them any other further questions that you might have. You can find all of the information about the open call, as I've said, and read carefully the documentation on our website. And you can follow us on our social media to stay up to date to what we any updates about the open calls. And that is it. Now I will open the floor for some questions if there are any. And yeah, if there are no questions, then we will upload this video on our website. And you will also be able to find a frequently asked question for a frequently asked questions section on our website, where you can find some of the most frequent questions that we get asked about the open calls. And we're available via email, as I've said. And yeah, we're looking forward to receiving your application. And good luck. Thank you as well to my consortium for all of the partners that were here today for your support. And yeah, thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.